less lethal contingencies. Alan here. So, as a follow-up to yesterday's video where we were shooting the new A.C.I.L ABS coated steel balls, the 17.25 millimeter, or the 681 is what I'm calling them, the cranberry balls. Okay, so we were testing it out first with a single 12 gram with the long ASA I have from Home Defense 24, and that thing is a gas hog. It's a big chamber, big tuning chamber. So I only got 2 powerful shots. The third shot was like 250 feet per second, and then she was done. That's all the gas we had out of that 112 gram in the handle. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do 3 times 12 gram. Okay, we're going to have 12 grams in the 2 times 12 gram Umrex adapter. And then and that's going to be through the rear of the X68, Pistelle X-68. And then we're also going to have a 12 gram in the handle. So that's where we get the 12 grams, right? And we'll see if we can get through. I mean, I would imagine no problem getting through 1 magazine, 6 of these heavies, these 10.10 gram ammunition. But we'll see. We'll see for sure. I have 2 magazines loaded up, a total of 12 rounds. And these are the ABS coated steel balls by A.C.I.L that you can get on Amazon. Okay. That's why I call them the cranberry balls, because of their color. They're kind of a nice burgundy color. Although sometimes I think I'm a little colorblind, so to me they look burgundy or like a dark cranberry color. All right, so we'll be shooting. Hopefully, we'll be shooting. We'll be shooting 2 magazines, a total of 12 rounds, and we'll see what we get for feet per second out of it. And oh, that's the laser on there. Okay, every time I see my laser on there, I think there's a LED inside the compressor. All right, so I already punctured the 12 grams that are in the Umrex. Okay, so in here we have, I can't really trust these gauges too much, but on the little MCS on and off here, the gauge that's on, it says about, I don't know, it looks like it's reading somewhere around the neighborhood of 800 psi. Those are the 2. I pre-punctured those. I feel pretty confident that both of them are punctured. Okay. The double dots are up there, so we should be okay there. Just going to go ahead and puncture the handle next while this on and off is actually in the off position. Otherwise, I would probably be struggling to try to puncture this if it was all under pressure. So I'm going to puncture the handle, then we'll activate it, we'll check for leaks, and if everything looks good leak-wise, I'll put my hearing protection on, and we'll see how many of these cranberry balls we can get downrange. And let's see. All right, here we go. All right, that was a good sound. As I like to do, which is I like to unload it. I don't like to puncture with ammunition in the gun. One of the reasons is I can listen for leaks through the mag well. All right, we don't have any leaks there. I'm going to assume we're not going to have any leaks here, but let's go ahead and turn this 2 times 12 gram on now. All right, I could hear some additional pressure going in there. Still showing about 800 psi on the little mini gauge. I don't know if the camera's going to focus on that or not. Oh. Anyways, it looks to be about 800 psi. All right, I get my ears in. And we'll see if we can get through 2 magazines. Again, this thing is a wicked gas hog with that long Home Defense 24, long ASA. Even the short Home Defense 24 ASA, it was struggling to get through a magazine on a single 12 gram in the handle. So I wasn't surprised when I only got like 2 good shots. But hey, I can't complain either, because the first shot was what, 109 joules. The second shot I think was like 103 joules. And then forget about the second shot. I think it was like 25 joules or something. So, all right. We are live. The laser on. The chrony set to feet per second. I'll just be calling out the feet per second, and I'll update the video by the time you guys see it. So here's the cranberry balls. I got 6 of them in this mag. All right. All right, here we go. Shot 1. "506 feet per second. And I had a little slight auto fire there. And my mag dropped. All right. Shot 2. 484.5. All right, looks like I'm going to be dealing with some auto fire here. Shot 3. 479 feet per second. And I think what we're going to do is kill this test. We're going to end this test because I'm not going to be able to continue with the auto fire. So let me turn this off, save whatever gas I have in here. And what I'm going to do is we'll save the gas we have in here since I got the on and off. I'm going to have to waste the handle gas because what I want to do is introduce some restriction. And I have a device I can do that with. So I will pick this up where I left off after I get a chance to add some restriction into the circuit here, because we can't get too far with this auto fire thing going on. I've had worse auto fire. Hell, just the other day on the BP50, that thing was like auto firing like crazy. So anyways, I'll be right back after I make these modifications. All right, we're back. So rather than introduce more restriction for this time, anyways, I'll have to mess with that another day. I did degas the handle CO2. So what I'm going to do is just gas up the gun on the remainder of the 12 grams in the 2 times 12 gram Umerix adapter. So I'm going to gas that up now and just shoot and see if we get any more auto fire. The gas I had in the handle, I did. It's empty in there now. So I'm just going to turn this back on. All right, we don't have a Terrell. Actually, we got, I don't know. We ain't got much left in there. We ain't got much left in there at all. I think what I'm going to do is I'll just fire it until it stops. I can't imagine it's going to auto fire now. I don't even know if there's maybe 500 PSI. I mean, the bolt activated, so we'll see what it does. All right. Alrighty. Looks like I wasted a lot of CO2 with the auto fire. So I wasn't expecting that to happen. Next time I run this test, I'll have to introduce some more restriction, or I may not even bother with this test. I mean, this is that's a lot of volume, especially with CO2. I haven't been getting the auto fire with the long ASA under high pressure air, but with the CO2, it behaves totally different. So Totally different. I also had the magazine. I didn't show you guys earlier, but the magazine was dropping. Didn't drop completely out, didn't eject, but it was dropping out as well. So there's an awful lot of volatility, pressurized air with 36 grams of CO2 here. So, all right, let's see what happens now. Well, so I only got 3 rounds earlier. Let's see if we can actually get another one or two. All right, here we go. Nope. Nada. All right. Not enough pressure. Not enough. All right, well, that was a test failure. I think we'll be sticking this in the bloopers playlist today. Think so. All right. Definitely won't be sticking this in the bloopers playlist. It's always funny when you have a round come rolling out of the barrel. Like the bolt tapped it that little bit. All right. All right, so yeah, bear with me here. I think we're gonna finish up with some HPA. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Wipe this one off. All right, so I was not expecting it. I don't know why I wasn't. I probably should have expected it because I was having a lot of auto fire problems when I was using the 3 times 12 gram before with the preheated stuff, CO2, but I kind of expected it had more to do with that. But and back then it probably did because I was using the car stock with the expansion. Now no car stock, but I still have considerable expansion with that Home Defense 24 long tuning ASA. Incidentally, these cranberry balls have been holding up really good. You know, with the high joules hitting that archery material. I mean, I had one maybe had a couple scuff marks on it, but I'm not seeing any cracks or anything that looks deformed. So far so good. They seem to be holding up pretty good. Hopefully my magazine does. It looks all right. So I always get nervous when these things start ejecting. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this off and we'll finish out these rounds with some HPA. I think we'll just shoot my 9CI AR tactical bottle that has the slide check built in. It's 1,000 PSI. I think that's what we'll do with that. Ooh. Put a little bit of silicone lube in here. And should be this one right here. All right. So this one here, we have freshly pumped up 9CI, 1,000 PSI output tank. And we'll see how many of these cranberries we can get down range here. These 10.10 gram steel balls, or as they call them, ABS coated steel balls. A.C.I.L. All right. looks good. Let's go ahead and air her up and check for leaks. All right, sounds good. Not hearing nothing. No sound is a good sound. No leaks. Put my other ear on. All right, 6 rounds of the cranberry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn the laser back on. We are hot. And I'll just be calling out the feet per second like I usually do. All right, mag 1, shot 1. 1000 psi. 536.4. The magazine's fine. Shot 2. 536.8. Shot 3. 530.2. Shot 4. 526.1. Shot 5. 524.3. And the last one, shot 6. 524.9 feet per second. All right, so we got through 1 mag. We have about, we got about 1000 psi left. I don't know if you can see that or not. About 1000 psi left. We'll see how many more we can get. All right, magazine 2 of the 10.10 or 10.1 gram ABS coated steel balls. Mag 2, shot 1. 492.1 feet per second, shot 2. 461.8. You can see it's diminishing now. Shot 3. 419.2. We only had a little over 1000 psi, so we're probably under that now. So now we're getting diminishing readings. Feet per second, I should say. Actually, it looks like we might be out. Yeah, we dropped down. That's it. That's all we're getting. That's all we're getting out of this 1000 psi 1000 psi output 9 CI tank. Degassed. Yeah, so like I said, this is a gas hog. If you're using HPA, it's an air hog. One of the reasons why when I had that range day, trip to the range, I had that tethered line on the 800 tank with the 48 CI, which worked out really nice. But in a home defense situation, you ain't gonna run this thing tethered. So hopefully the next stock that I'm coming up with, I'll be able to run some higher pressure, 4,500 psi, and hopefully that'll increase my shot count for me. I have a new build that'll be coming out pretty soon. Pretty soon with the Hubin stock. Let me see if I got anything in here. Nah, everything degassed nice, so that's good. So I did 6. And what do we have left? All right, so I did a full mag 6, and then I did 3 out of the second mag. So that's 9. So I got about 9 out of my 9 CI tank, 1000 psi. I managed to get 9 rounds out. So if I had been running my extended magazine that I have, it holds 8, and then you could shove 1 in the breech, so that's 9. So not too bad. I mean, at least I know I can get 9 powerful shots from this gun on the 9 CI tank at 1000 psi. And once I run the numbers, I'm sure we're going to see the joules are up in the 140s, maybe higher. So that's pretty good. So anyways, Yeah, the CO2s with this particular tuning ASA, it's such a big chamber. The CO2 is just not practical. Now, I am going to find me some 90 gram and maybe try it with the 90 gram. But the issue that I could run into is, again, auto fire. So I'm probably going to have to rethink that. Maybe I'll do something different with the bolt spring, or add some more restriction in there. Or maybe I just won't even bother with that ASA. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I still got plenty of things to test on this. Like I said, I got that new Hubin 4,500 psi stock that I'm putting together. I'll be testing that shortly. Hopefully that'll give me a higher shot count. It should, and also have the power that I need. Um, Unfortunately, right now, the 850 psi regulator that I bought for it, I was testing it today, and it's barely reaching 800 psi. Um, but that's with the tank pressurized to about 4,000. So, maybe if I get it to 4,500 psi, maybe I'll see that 850, but how long am I going to see it for? The first shot, maybe? So I don't know. But in any case, if I can get my shot count up, I'd like to get somewhere close where I could actually use 18, be able to get through a drum mag, which is 18 rounds. So that's the goal that I'm trying to do, is get this situated where I can get through a whole drum mag on one air supply. So anyways, thank you for watching. I am going to put this on the bloopers playlist because the CO2 with the auto fire, yeah, and the magazine starting to fall out. We'll put it on the bloopers. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have yourself a fine weekend. Peace out.